but now we
But you
are.
did.
Fuck you.
You
We are live.
Okay, so I don't need to make a recap. If somebody is new here in the stream, if that happens ever, just go and watch the last episode. It's just 5 hours long.
Yeah.
Take too long. So yeah, let's get into the thick of things as I change the music into.
No, it's
Get
not still
back.
starting soon, Max.
What?
You.
We're gonna get into the mood that you guys are into. So, Sai, you just finished talking with this character that, as you are near to him, and you have this opportunity of taking a breather, as you ran for quite a while, and you see that it doesn't seem to be aggressive towards you specifically. As he turns around, looking at his allies, you can see on his side, in the hood, this gray-skinned, elven-looking creature with this like yellow eyes that seem to pierce through the darkness that is cast by the overhanging part of his hood. You can see that he looks towards these creatures as he says, I said, just shoo, get away. I'm going to deal with this. Just report to Hex. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? As the two creatures just look at them, look at like each other, and you can see that their form reverses into their human form in this quite disgusting display of breaking bones and creating of sinews and flesh on top of their bones. And you can see that some of them are, one of them is a little bit bruised, or rather quite wounded actually. The other one is a little bit bruised, but not too badly hurt, as they look at each other and they just proceed towards the house. As they do that, you can see that the gray-skinned humanoid in front of you just you can see that basically goes and gathers the body of Eric and puts it like near Varen, and you can see that as he does that, you can see that he pulls out from his bag of holding a couple of bandages. You could assume to stabilize the people that are slowly bleeding out.
I would like just push, come there and just do it myself. Just this is not your job to do.
Well, it is. So just chill. It does.
Because
like
keep an eye on.
Yeah, you can see that he doesn't seem to be like, he seems not too fussed about the whole situation. Yes, he has like a shrivel of blood near his like on his lips, as he has been fighting a little bit, but you can see that he was ready to fight, and you stopping makes everything easier, as you can see that he gathers everybody else. And he goes, weren't you supposed to have a sixth one? Or is it, are you sure? No, a fifth one? The
go
rogue
get
type of character.
I go get. No, wait, Chance disappeared, right? Fuck. Do I see him anywhere?
Make me an intelligence check. You don't see his body, no.
Is in the ring that I have.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice, good. It's 2.
Have you said to the party what that ring does, Mr. Chance?
Yes, we bought it all together.
Okay, then you would know that his body, when he dies, gets stored into the ring of the Raven. I don't remember the specific name of that ring.
No, this is
Ravenclaw.
everybody. It's fine. The guy is dead, probably, but safe. We'll figure how to bring him back at some point, I guess.
Sure, suit yourself. As you can hear that he starts chanting some words, some magical words, and he puts one hand on your shoulder, and he casts a spell. Is that? Can you
Is he
just
casting like a mass resurrection or something?
make me an account check?
Because if yes, I would try to bring out chance. Oh shit, it's a natural 20, so a total of 25.
As he's starting to cast the spell, he's not casting mass resurrection or a healing spell. He is casting teleport. Are you willing to take the spell teleport?
Yes, because yeah.
Okay. Your vision goes black for a second as the sound all around you just snuffs out as you get transported somewhere else. Actually, it's not teleport. Sorry, I'm stupid. And you can change. It is plane shift.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Okay, just
It's not
making
gonna
sure
leave
that
them behind, so.
because you roll natural 20s. You teleport, and as soon as your vision comes back, first of all, you start feeling the drop in temperature from the chilly evening that it was in front of Hex Mansion. Here it's much, 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 much colder. Not incredibly cold. Are you wearing the ring? The ring of warmth?
No, I'm not that into it.
Okay, it's not something that would damage you, but it feels cold. Like you could assume it's like -5 to -10 degrees.
Okay, it's fine.
And you can see that you're teleported inside of this almost run down house with rotten woods on the walls. You see a small window that without glass and that is a little bit crooked on the side, as you could assume that maybe perhaps this whole building's foundations have fallen into the ground. You see the outside, which is this long, monochrome, empty valley. You can see some small shrubs and some dead trees like around you as you see the whole valley illuminated by the three moons that you've been used to until now.
Is this the same house that we entered when we were climbing the mountain in Aclorth?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
You can see that as he does that, he goes, all right. I'm just gonna say we don't have that much time. Just relax. I'm just gonna tend to your friends. Don't do anything stupid. If you get out of this place, you're gonna probably get tracked down by something that you don't want to be tracked by. So yeah, just be careful. As you can see that basically it does. You can assume. What's your passive insight?
19.
19. Give me a second because I need to check. Is starta blocco. Yeah, you can see that like as he's doing like you can see that he starts like he pulls down his hood as in he's relaxing right now. And as you can see, this full blown basically elven creature but instead of being this with a normal coloration of his skin, it's much more white, desaturated, with grays, and with a very unnatural type of like not only skin tone but also like you can see that he has a lot of like scars that seem to be there and not there at the same time. And you can see that very calmly he binds specifically Eric because you could assume that he does not want, especially Eric, to just go full blown barbarian on him. As you can see, he pulls out some chains as he does it, and he goes as he's binding Eric. He goes, "So are you gonna be calm, or do I need to bind you as well?"
I don't think this is necessary.
Cool. You can see that he's going to bind the hands of Raymond so that he cannot cast any spells. He's going to bind Mr. Varn as well.
I would try to find the ring to take out Chance if he's gonna resurrect people.
I mean, you go on Eric, and you can see they gives you like a look of don't.
I'm gonna take out a Ross member. He should be stored. Just I'm not gonna do anything. Trust me. I
Alright.
promised you. I don't. Yeah.
As you do this, he keeps an eye on you as he stops his activity.
I mean, yeah, I do like soul movements. I don't do anything rash.
Yeah,
Just take out the ring.
You look to the pockets of Eric. Eventually, you find this cold ring to the touch, and you can see that it's quite heavy, especially for being just a ring. So what's that?
There he is.
My friend should be inside. I try to like
You need
use
to
the
do
ring.
something very specific to.
There is a very
Resurrect.
specific ritual that you must perform now, my
Oh, no.
child. That takes
Yes,
8
perfect.
hours.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, I would
500
I would
gold
use
and
my thing to
materials.
identify the. Just, I'm not 100% sure how this works. Just give me a moment, and I identify the ring.
Just read it
Go
here.
ahead and read it.
Where
As
is
you're
it?
In order
identifying
to do
it,
so, you must dissolve a total of 500 gourd in rare mushrooms and herbs in water and leave the ring submerged in the concoctions for 8 hours.
I sigh and okay, this is gonna take 8 hours. He said we are alone time.
I mean, 8 hours is not too difficult to buy.
Okay, I
will need to resurrect the others that have died. As he looks at Raymond, is completely lifeless. So yeah, it's gonna be all right. Can you, as he extends his hand, can you just give me the ring?
I guess, yeah.
Can I go for a moment?
Yeah, you can see that. I assume you explain him the same thing.
Yeah,
that you
I
just-
tell him that I just take out 500 gold and I just use the sleeping goods prime to buy the mushrooms.
It does not work. You put your hand inside of a bag and you hit the edge of the bag.
The elves are dead.
Oh, this is weird. Where are we? Actually, I
Well,
probably know.
I mean, if you don't want to know, then I'm not gonna tell you.
I assume we are in the Shadowfell.
Yes, that's how you people call it.
How do you call it?
I mean, it's more pleasant to call it the plane of shadows rather than the Shadowfell, but just different points of view.
Alright, well, unless you have 500 gold worth of rare mushrooms, can't take him out.
But that's. Well, I suppose I can go and gather some. Well, the same thing goes. Get out of this place, you're gonna probably end up dead very quickly. So I wouldn't suggest you to do that. Just stay here. You're safer here. As he just does a flick of his wrists, and you can assume he's casting again playing shift. And you're left alone in this house. Do you want to do something specific? You can see that your friends are put in a not like they're put in a comfortable position, but they're bound, all of them. Their weapons, they're not. He has not taken them, but he has put them away out of reach from your friends. And you can see that you're inside of this very, as I described, very rundown home with really nothing within. You can see a table that has lost a leg, that is completely rotten with small crevices in within that seem to have been open apart, tore apart rather. You can see that there is a second floor, but you look at the stairs that are present, and they don't look particularly stable. Guess they could get there, especially with your nimbleness.
It's
But
fine.
it's up to you.
I just tried to peek through the window to see what do I see outside.
Make me a perception check, just for the fun of it.
You see shadows falling. The shadow.
Oh, 16.
Okay, make me also an Arcana check, while you're at it.
Natural 20.
Okay,
Fuck.
rolling good.
Fuck. Arcana,
So
man.
you start looking outside of the window, and you see a scene that you are reminded of. That is the same scene that you've seen in Sarfax's lair, of this emptiness ahead of you, of this run-down, almost accursed place. Given your arcane proficiency, the Shadowfell being one of the most studied planes, you know that technically it should look a little bit like the material plane, but it's like as you're looking through the window, you're like, this doesn't make any sense. There's nothing that will look like any place that you're aware of that looks like this, of this just emptiness. You see in the distance a thing that you have seen already, also in Sarfax's lair, or rather in the portal that was in his lair. This huge tree that sits in the middle, you could assume, of perhaps a ruined city with and you can see that the point of view that you are in right now, despite the fact that it happened quite some time ago and you fell unconscious very quickly after that, or something along those lines. I don't remember what happened specific to you, but
I think I didn't feel unconscious because I saved, but I just pulled out because it was not
oh
very good
yeah,
for me.
yeah. It was very uncomfortable. I remember. Yeah, you see that you're in a different point of reference from what you were when you saw it for the first time. This scene, and you see this quite large city that is complete. There's nothing in it. There is no lights. There is no sign of life. And given your perception, you do see the top of this gigantic tree, mountain size, just to give you a little bit of a reference. You see some ominous looking shapes that dangle from the branches of this long dead tree. But that's regardless, given the Arcana check that you did, and this is pretty cool. First of all, you notice as well some spore-like type of situation that is happening with these small particles that fall very slowly, be in within the breathable air that this place is submerged in quotes.
Is this
And
like what was near a Goma and shit? Like those, like that curse? The plague?
it looks similar, but not the same. Like that one was like this is very slow and looks very natural. It looks like imagine being in a very humid area with like this. You see like this. It almost moves like fog. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. I can believe
uh,
it.
th- it looks similar in how it looks like with these balls or spores that fall from the sky, but they're very different in shape and colors as everything is monochromatic here. But you also notice, as I said, the three moons, which you should not notice, as you know that technically in the Shadowfell there isn't all the moons that there are in the material plane. You know that there is one that is something that was a little bit unknown to societies, and they were like, "Oh, what is this?
Also,
Whatever."
the Shadowfell had the big moon that was hidden in the
Yes,
material plane.
exactly,
Oh
exactly.
no. Okay.
Now you see all of the
Was the
three
city full of
moons.
life when I saw it the first time, or did I see
No,
lights?
no.
Okay.
It's the same exact situation as you saw it last time.
Just
Well,
slumped to the ground with my hands, my face in my hands. Oh, fuck. Okay.
you
Tried
see
to wake
that.
up Eric.
Would you wake him up? So what's your passive perception?
19.
Okay, give me a second. Yeah, you does not wake up.
I'm not dead. I'm just
I know.
unconscious. But...
You feel that he's alive, but he does not wake up. You could think that perhaps this figure maybe has poisoned him or something along those lines. He does not wake up as you do a start toward him. Still breathing at a very normal rate, but
He's just sleeping. He's fine.
doesn't open his eyes.
Fuck. Uh,
As you're doing this, rather after you're doing, after you've done this, you hear this behind you as your friend just reappears with
friend, yes.
quote friend, yes, with a glass of water as he puts
Meal.
on the ground because there aren't any other things around
Yeah, yeah.
him. With inside this is the ring where
Tuck
Chan's
Chance, nice in
body.
the corner
Yeah.
with
Where
the
I
mushrooms in
belong.
the water.
Yeah, you can see that the water is very murky, but it's doing like this effervescence.
Yes.
That word, that fizzy sounds when you put like the medicine that
I love that
dissolves into
medicine.
water.
Hmm.
Am I gonna
Um,
drink Chance?
I mean, you can certainly do that if
Carbonated
you want.
jams.
Okay,
Carbonated
so
jams.
I'm going to have some time to resurrect your friends.
Nobody mentioned
I'm gonna explain everything as soon as everybody's awake. Just just gonna say this. Be lucky that it's me that is talking to you and not Valerie, because if it was her, well, you wouldn't be talking right now. As he just goes near Raymond, and you could assume he's starting to cast the spell Raise Dead.
Nobody mentioned to him the fact that I'll pop out at 4 HP, long rested, and ready to go.
Yeah, man, let's fight them in Shadowfell.
So, okay, give me a second. So if you use it Raise Dead on me, that gives me 4 exhaustion points.
He's
I
not
already
using
have.
it on you. You're not dead. He's
Oh
not
yeah,
using
that's
on
right.
you. He's using on Raymond.
If I
He would
was,
just
I
raise
mean-
if I
you to kill
was,
you.
I would be resurrected and I would instantly die.
I'm pretty
As you
sure
open,
that
as you open your eyes, you do the Metal Gear sound.
I'm pretty sure it sets you to 4, even if you have if you have more.
I'm pretty sure that you lose all your exhaustion when you die.
No.
Eric,
That's not how it
Eric.
You don't?
No, you don't.
That's kind of stupid.
I'm pretty sure it sets your exhaustion to 5. So if you had 4, if you had 5 exhaustion, it will put you to.
No.
Regardless, you do not
can't
have.
kill you. That's stupid.
Regardless,
The
we do not
exhaustion.
have to think of this. It's fine.
Just punch me, so I detest it. No, it's good.
I sit back, and I try to clutch my necklace to talk with the Lady of Pain. Does it work?
It does. You feel that there is her presence. You know that to talk, you have to talk out loud. So you could assume.
I
you would
just
notice.
say, what the fuck has happened to this place?
a lot of time and a lot of conflict. Haven't had the opportunity to see the whole thing, but that's what I gather. As he continues casting the raised
I assume he
dead.
doesn't respond. So.
No. He said that.
Oh, I thought the lady said that.
The lady says, when the shadow fell connected to your material plane, a war started, and that war led to terrible things that has led to almost the complete destruction of that plane of existence.
Are this plane and our plane just connected somehow?
They are. That's how everything is. Your plane is connected to multiple planes. The strongest connections being the plane of shadows and the Feywild.
They seem to be more connected somehow right now, since the moons are in both worlds.
I am unsure about that, as that I haven't had the opportunity nor the necessity to check on your material plane.
Okay.
You can see that the the guy, as he's casting the spell, looks at you for a second, raises an eyebrow, but then continues doing his thing because it's like adventurers. They tend to talk to things.
Oh yeah, you don't get exhaustion from race, that you get the penalty to your rolls.
Yeah, I know.
So before my friends wake up, I don't know what's gonna happen. What do you want from us?
I just want to talk.
Okay.
I am not your enemy, if that's what you're thinking. I had to be because I had people looking at me. But
What is?
you can trust me if you want. If you're thinking bad about me, but you can make insight check if you want.
He said that you can make an insight check if you want.
Yes.
Here is a
Well,
T20.
it's
The game.
it's low. It's 515, but I'm gonna use the Stargazer to make his deception if he's doing it too.
You can see that he's more focused onto the raised dead, so he's not really talking directly to you, so he seems a little bit off.
Damn.
But or not off as in he's deceiving you, but rather he's trying to not look a menace to you. You can see that he's not really as he's casting the spell. He's not really like his whole this whole situation is not helping his case, but that's another story.
Well, he didn't kill us, and you are resurrecting my friends. I guess we'll see what happens when we talk.
Doesn't say anything. Continues the enchantment of the race that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything either. Just sit there and wait.
Yeah, you wait for an hour, and you see that as the spell ends, Raymond, you open your eyes as a deep breath reaches your lungs as you feel this coldness all around you. You see in front of you the same person that Sai has been seeing. And you can see that he has a sly smile. He goes, "All right, then now the next guy," as he goes towards Mister Varan, and you can see that he's starting
Varan's
to make a
dead?
yes, but he's making a check on him
Oh, okay.
because he pulls out a couple of his tools, and you, Raymond, you feel weakened, unfortunately, as you're under the effects of race dead, which penalizes you by -4 to all rolls, saving throws, blah blah blah. But you feel alive, so that's good. You feel a little bit of a burning sensation in your throat, and as you know that when you died, the last thing that you saw was the sting of these creatures that you were fighting, as it was injecting venom within your body. But alas, luckily, the venom is not there anymore.
F for Venom.
So, back to the world of living it is, or if you would even call this place the world of the living. Would I know where we are?
Uh, yeah, you would as you're taking you're rolling your eyes back straight, and you're starting to realize where you look around yourself, and the first thing that you spot are the monochrome color scheme and the spores that are outside of this house. You know that this is the Shadowfell, not the most welcoming of places. But you know of this place being basically a dead wasteland, or that's what the current scientific word sees this as what it is. You know that the normal creatures that live here are mindless monsters, and possibly fiendish creatures, maybe. But yeah, nothing that you could assume as being a humanoid or a human, or anything that would have a decent amount of intelligence.
I just look at Sai and say, Care to explain?
Didn't want you guys to say that we lost, and it was either me running away and you just staying dead, or me making sure you are safe.
As you say this, Varn, you feel a burst of life entering through your neck as you
What?
see this guy that has basically stabbed you on the neck with this strange looking dagger, and you feel healed by how much? I shall roll. I shall do the
He stabbed
rolling.
me with a dagger. Ah, yes, healing.
Sneak attack here.
It's an
You
ambulance.
hear by 8 HP.
Wow.
You wake up and you feel bound. You feel awful, not as awful as Raymond.
Big hashpe.
And you see that he looks at you and goes, "Cool. Now, before I wake up your big guy here, is he gonna freak out? Should I wait for waking him up? Are you gonna stop him from freaking out?"
I
Can't
will do
really
my
stop
best.
him. Not in the
I
state I am in.
it's fine. Just do it.
He looks at you, Mister Varn, and he goes, "You had a little bit, a little toy that could help on that. Do you mind if I take it, just for this moment?"
Do I know what he's talking about?
The ball that binds the death sentence, or whatever the name was.
I
Yeah,
don't
death
really want
sentence.
it to break, and I know it definitely can't break it. So that would be a really bad idea. The chains you got on him now has a equal chance of stopping him.
It's fine. I trust Eric won't do something stupid.
Right. As he goes behind Eric and does the same exact thing to you, Eric, but you don't see immediately the elven-looking person. You hear, "Oh, by 10 HP."
Gosh, I'm good. I'm good for
Ready
a
to
full
go.
combat. Let's fucking go.
As you feel this sharp pain
Ah,
on your right shoulder, and then this this retract of the blades. Do you guys say something as he wakes up?
Oh, come
Sorry.
back, Eric.
not really.
I
Please.
say bloop. Yes.
Just calm down. We will talk when everybody's back
And
alive.
no, it's not about threatening you, if that's what you're thinking. And it's not about making you hate me more than you already do that you're already hating me. It's about collaborating in a friendly manner.
Friendly.
Yes.
Then unbound me.
If you can oh, fuck it. Your mage can't teleport you out of this, so if you're gonna kill me, then you're gonna die for doing that, and as it unbinds you.
Okay.
As he unbinds every one of you.
Well, I hope you're smarter than you look.
Why would you say that?
Well, definitely need us alive, apparently. For some reason. I don't know who you work for. If you work for Valerie, that is a very stupid mistake that you just made right there. Because if
You can see that as you're talking, he goes in front of you. He sits like on the wall, like he leans on the wall near the door, and he just looks at all of you with his arms crossed.
If you I don't have a problem with you specifically. You didn't really intervene in that fight there. My problem is with Valerie.
Didn't he stab you in the back?
He did like 20 damage to me. That's the
Oh yeah, true.
Now, I am going to kill her very slowly and basically make a spectacle of her death. Now, if you plan to stop me, that is the stupid thing that you can do.
As I said, I will explain everything as soon as everybody is awake. And your friend, as he looks at the glass that's fizzing on the side of the building,
He needs the moisture.
is still reanimating. Feel free to do whatever, as I said to your other friend, as Lucid sigh. Just don't get out. As he just gets out.
Is he
Just
gonna
goes
plane
out.
shift again?
No, he's not plane
Okay,
shifting.
never
He's
mind.
just getting. He's just going out of the house.
I'll just sit down and proceed to take my long rest.
Same. There's nothing better to do.
You would not be able to take a long rest in this condition. You can take a short rest, but long rest you
It is.
are unable, unfortunately, as it is not only incredibly uncomfortable, but you can feel that there are things outside that are they're very ready to do something at this house.
There are monsters outside. You can't sleep right now.
Pretty much.
Gotta go kill those creepers, man.
Oh,
I
that's
would
good
ask,
that I died.
so won't anybody get suspicious if we are here for this long?
I mean, we don't really have a choice, do we?
I'm not asking you, I'm asking Luca.
He left.
He left.
No,
Oh, he
he's
left.
just outside. You can talk if you want. Like he's at earshot.
Yeah, I would ask him this.
Well, that's the sad reality of what has just transpired, isn't it? But it's fine. You're gonna get back. It's just that right now, considering that there is both Valerie and Hex waiting you, I would not suggest you to get anywhere near that plane of existence.
No, I'm meaning more so that how will this affect you?
I have my plans. I don't have to worry about that.
Okay, I guess.
I assume you guys wait until the last of you guys resurrects. Right? Do you guys want to say something? Do you guys want to do anything specific? Because you guys are waiting for 8 hours.
No. I don't think we have.
Oh, this is actually the perfect time to use that.
All right. You wait for 8 hours, as he just like you guys would see that he's just sitting outside. Just he seems completely off right now. I see like he's very silent. You can see that from time to time, he would like on his right ear. You can see that he has a small like earring of the shape of this ball face type of thing. He picks it and looks at it in a very not melancholic way, but rather in a thoughtful type of way. But apart from that, it's a very boring moments, knowing that you guys are in a place that you guys are not really familiar with a person that you're not really don't really know what his plans are. You don't even know his name. Just hoping for the best, or so I would assume. Hoping that this whole ordeal is gonna finish quick. You wait. You wait.
Well, I'm gonna do something that Eric has never done.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up the lightning crystal from the gods.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep it like get down on my fucking knees. Hold it. Just focus on it and just pray.
Okay.
Not rather to pray because he's scared or whatever, but just to give him clarity so he doesn't do something stupid.
Mm-hmm, like it's a very odd sensation. This is the god of chaos,
Exactly.
but despite the chaos that it creates, you do see the calm before the storm. So it's a very calming sensation. You feel that here it's a little bit subdued, the whole thing. You're not really it's not really clear if it is because that's the sensation that you have when you are in the Shadowfell, or because of whatever this crystal is, but it does feel off a little bit. It doesn't feel completely full as an experience. But you definitely do find.
I mean, it's the first time Eric does it, so he wouldn't know how he's supposed to.
Yeah, absolutely. You do find a little bit of clarity in this situation that seems so dire. Eventually, you would see that the fizzing of the water, where Chance is swimming in, becomes a little bit more violent. Not in a "oh shit, what the fuck" has type of thing, but you can see that the bubbling starts spilling out some liquid. You can see some pieces of like, or rather not pieces, but rather some parts of this liquid just start just like disintegrating and reforming in other shapes. And you start seeing some reaction that is starting to happen very, very quickly as the eighth hour starts to approach. You can see that it quickly starts changing very abruptly. For Chance's point of view, as you are
You're in a jacuzzi.
No, you up until now you felt like as if you were sleeping, not or rather not sleeping, but rather in a very calming place, like as if you're laying on the grass in a chilly day, in a like not in a windy day, those kind of moments that you're like in the park and you're chilling, laying on the grass, or you're laying in the sand on a beach and you're just left to your own thoughts. It's a good sensation. You feel good. You feel welcome. You feel warm in a comfortable manner, not in an uncomfortable type of warm. You feel almost as if you were in a cradle, or you were held by someone, as you feel this stillness of mind. If you want to say something, if you want to think something, you don't feel completely in control of your own body, but you do feel a little bit in control of your mind. So if you want to break this stillness, if you want to think of something specific, you may do so.
Well, I mean, Chance would be thinking. So I died. That means that they either won or didn't. I don't know what happened. I know that Valerie was there. She's bad. I am thinking about what will happen when I pop out. Where? If it's gonna be them. So you have to be ready for whatever is there. Whenever.
Okay. You get a little bit paranoid. And as you are starting to have these thoughts, you do see that all around you, this almost white or not white, sorry, but rather this twilight type of situation of of what you can see, these colors of orange and the deep red type of colors, these very uh, cozy type of colors, you could say. You, as you're having these thoughts, you can see that slowly, in a very not sudden way, but very, almost feeling natural type of speed. You see as night starts creeping into the whole world around you, as you're having these thoughts of whatever is happening, and you're like, oh shit. You do feel, the more you're thinking about this, you feel a little bit shaken in this position of stillness, but nothing. I mean, you can think of whatever, but is nothing that would take you away from this situation. That's for sure. As eventually you do hear this fizzing sound, this as you feel that you're being pulled back. You can accept the pulling back or deny it, or refuse it, sorry. But that's all. That you don't really know where you are, what's happening. You just know that you're being resurrected.
Yeah, I just give myself a second to prepare myself, whatever is there, and then accept.
Okay, you accept. Roll me the dice. I don't remember what you have to roll. I'm pretty sure you have to roll like a D100, if I remember correctly, to see if it breaks. Yeah, roll me a D100.
Okay, the item is gone, boys. Let's observe as it's gone.
You have to
Can
roll
he
above
lock
7.
this?
You have to roll above 75.
No, I can't.
It's a 78.
Someone
Easy
Ooh,
game.
Easy, easy.
Easy game.
You're lucky. Okay, yeah, you guys see as the glass, like in a moment, like the moment there is this fizzing, the moment after that the glass shatters and the whole liquid that is contained within just not like spreads, but in a very unusual way, as it stops abruptly, as you see that the liquid just stops. Some like drops of this liquid just stop midair, and they start coalescing, reforming, and forming this humanoid form. As eventually, like after like a couple of moments, you Chance feel again in your living body. You take a breather as you feel this cold atmosphere all around you, and you are
I would
alive.
see that immediately as I come into existence. I reach for my dagger, but then I stop as I see that's you guys around. What happened?
As you say that, you see that there is a figure, this elven figure, that pops into the door. Like, oh,
I would add that. before Chance materializes out of water, I would open the door.
The door does not exist.
Sure, I would go wherever the fuck he is.
Yeah, as you stand up, you see that he's approaching the area. As the shattering of the glass was quite loud.
Yeah, I would suggest you to not be around and let us speak first.
Sure. It just stands basically out of the sight of the windows and door, but he stands there, standing with his
Question is,
arms
do I still
crossed.
see him?
Give me a second. He would say, as you're saying that, and the coalescing, it's almost done. Just don't take too much time. We don't have too much. We don't have a lot.
Yeah.
Just a second.
As you coalesce, and you do not see him, no, because from where you are, you're in a corner of the house, and the points of view that you have do not allow you to see outside of the house.
Where are we?
Long story short, Chance, we lost. We are in the Shadowfell. There is a person who is gonna talk to us, and we don't really have a choice.
Well, I gave him the choice that he doesn't act stupid, as he knows how that is going to end for him.
But neither should we.
Exactly, that's why I decided to speak. He
We
seems to
lost.
want... Well... We are in a position that may be beneficial if I expect that he will propose to us what I expect he will propose. Valerie was there. She was taking advantage of a situation that we walked in. She proceeded to fuck off after she saw that she couldn't take us down, and well, I fell because we got outnumbered. And so did the others.
And fucking protect from that weapon.
Don't know how.
I'm already planning something, don't worry.
She was fucking 3,000 feet away. I was running, but she fucked off before I could get to her.
You hear from the distance, "Are you done?"
Yep.
Right. Okay, you would see Chance in a very, like, all of you would see that he's very calm. You see that he's keeping an eye on things, like he's looking around and he's ascertaining the situation, but he seems calm. He seems completely chill.
I hope I don't recognize this person.
You do not recognize. Like, they don't actually. No, you don't, because you died before he appeared.
Yeah.
You do not recognize this person in any way, shape, or form. As he enters, he goes, "All right. So, first things first. Name is Luca Star. Some people call me Luca. I took you here not because I wanted to interrogate you or whatever you people think that criminals do. I don't particularly care, but rather because I think that we can have a mutual and respectful relationship." As he's like walking inside of the house, like gesticulating as he's talking, very calmly as he goes on the other side where the door is, on the other side from the door, as he leans into the wall behind you guys. I know what you guys are thinking. You guys thinking that I'm a piece of shit. You guys want to kill me because I was part of the bad guys and I helped Valerie or whatever else. And I wouldn't be surprised if you you pulled out your weapons right now and killed me. But I thought that maybe this could be the opportunity for me to hedge my bets and see where things could get into. You may have seen outside of the window the people that have been alive for quite some time, as you just like yeah, you can like everybody will see these 3 moons. That thing is now normal, and I assume that some of you may know of that. That started some time ago, not too long, maybe a month. And that is not good, as that means that the people like Valerie and her friend, let's just say, are winning. So I'm saying, what if I help you, or rather, I give you the opportunity to recover and to get yourselves in a better position rather than Ivory Root, and you give me the help that I need to maintain this plane of existence in a way that Marduk doesn't take over it.
Marduk?
Yes.
Do I know that name?
Give me a second, because I do think. Did I mention?
I've never heard it, and you didn't mention it before.
Give me a second, because I have to think, because I think I did actually.
It rings a bell, but I don't.
Wait a second. Give me a second. Because I am a shit DPS. Not DPS.
DPS, yeah.
Yes, GPS.
Shit DM.
Shit DM, shit DPS, Pepe.
Same thing.
Give me a few
Z
moments.
DPS.
Is here. Yeah, you do not. No, you do not know this name. Just making sure that you do not. Yeah, you do not.
Who is Marduk?
He goes by the title of the Lord of all that is. And now you can make me an intelligence check.
Where I've heard this
Lord
brand
of what?
All that is.
16.
Okay. If you roll above 14,
50.
you have heard of this title, which was written by the alchemist boy.
Hmm.
As he said, may the Lord of all that is bring your own destruction. Or rather, the whole thing was, I believe in no gods, as all have forgotten about us. I've called on the word of sentenza. I've called on to the one that cannot be called, and it ignored me. I don't care about your little word. May it burn under the malaise. May the Lord of all that is bring your own destruction.
Okay.
We heard of him, but what is he? What does he want to do?
Well, he's rather he has chosen to resurrect Valerie, and on that note, he made sure that she would resurrect me from my own slumber. And well, I did not have a choice, so I need to work for her. But what that means is that whatever she's trying to do for her own little friend in her head, she's doing it correctly. I don't know how. I don't know how she's doing that, as I'm keeping an eye on that. But alas, things changed, and you happen to be the first people that have had the opportunity to challenge a person like Hex and a person like her. So I thought that you may have a shot at this.
That brings me to a question. Who are you?
As I said, my name is Lucas Jar. Um, I'm. How can I explain this? I was alive before all of this was like this. I was alive before you people, your primes, your gods, had the opportunity to get to us.
The Oh.
Hmm.
So what? That's like what? So I would know what's the year right now. Like what? This would be like.
I mean, this could be
300
before the beginning of time, because as for you, the stories that say is the world was created, and then the elemental chaos happened, and after the elemental chaos, all of the planes coalesced into the various planes that exist today, as in Shadowfell, Feywild, and then the ethereal plane, and then the elemental planes, and then the outer planes. So that you could think, fuck, this happens before anything is written in history.
So you say you're bound to her by word or whatever.
I'm bound
How?
to, well, she knew about me because of things that my people have said throughout the decades, millennia. So I don't know how much time has passed. And, well, she thought to ask her nice little thing to make sure that I would come back and do her bidding for a little while. Of course,
And
I'm not really on the liking on that, and that's why we're here.
and
Okay.
how can you do whatever you want if you can't?
It's not like that. It's more about I have a specific objective, and that objective is to bring back Marduk. However, that means that I have to help Valerie, but that gives me the freedom to do other things and possibly to set off other agents to possibly alter the situation, let's just say.
Oh, you are. I see.
Okay,
So she
okay.
didn't give you a specific reason to kill us, which means we can talk here.
Okay.
For a bit before she recovers her spells and she comes here. Which you can see that he opens his hand and a small, like, moon type of thing appears. As you, Raymond, know of this spell, or anybody would know of this spell, that is basically to tell the time. Because apparently they don't exist in the PHP,
Yeah,
Wizards of the
right.
Coast. And you can see it's gonna happen in maybe an hour. So, yeah, we need
Be
to
quick.
talk about this in a quick manner.
Okay, do you have a plan then? If we gotta be
Yes,
quick, because we're spinning in
I do.
circles for a while now.
I do.
And what is that?
Well, it happens that her own little friend does not allow her to die.
No.
Meaning that to be able to kill her, you need to break her connection.
Yeah, we already were working on that before this
Yes, and I have a direction for that. As I may know a person, or rather an entity, that is possibly older than I am, possibly older than your own gods, that could give you a chance to have a shot against this fuck off, against this Marduk type of character. As far as I understand, you call it. I wouldn't say his actual name here because, well, that's how gods work. But
Oh, I knew
he's
it.
like the god of fate,
Yeah,
war,
yeah,
things like that.
Yeah, we heard of him.
Yeah, we knew this.
Yeah.
So we know he's okay. All right, that's interesting.
He has a lot of power here, so I would not say his name out loud.
That's so.
Wait, so you want us to cooperate with him?
No, cooperate with another entity
With
that
another
can
entity, okay.
make sure that he is to fuck off
Okay.
from this plane of existence.
Well, then, great.
I mean, we were also working on that.
So who is
Well,
that entity?
his name is Rivishta.
Yes.
How do you spell it?
The most intelligent of you, as he says it, would understand that it's written like that.
Ah, yes, of course.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Work with.
But only the most intelligent.
Free-
No, only the most intelligent.
Among the
Not
one
even
place
Raymond would guess that.
Rivishta. You guys, well, I heard that you people are going north of Ivory Root,
Yes, we planned.
which is helpful because up there are some places of magical power. I suppose you already know of the place like Tangled Lakes.
Yeah.
Well, that can create a connection with him and make sure that he can possibly help you. As he says that, you can see that he pulls down his earring as he hands it to whoever. I'm just going to say, before he leaves this earring, Rivishta is not the most talkative of gods. Be careful holding this. I would not suggest you to make some connections with him before you meet him in person. And after that, make sure that you do not to stay under his clutches, as he gives you this silver trinket that if you wish to see its stats, you can turn this card.
I guess I would take. Would
The
I?
Beast of Winter Scrutiny.
Would
yes.
I know? Would I know that I can take it even though I am a vessel?
I mean, yes and no, like you're not really sure.
Suffer the nightmares of oblivion.
I would take this, I guess.
Yeah, he doesn't like he feels cold to the touch, incredibly cold. Almost
What do you mean?
What
Do you need?
Read it completely, please, before
What?
you say
I don't
that.
care what downsides it has. I put down. Wait, what?
I took this earring and I pocketed it.
What? 24.
Please read it completely before using it. I would have gone to him, but alas, I have a certain bitch that is keeping me on a leash. So that's up to you. I'm just gonna say I haven't met him in a long time. I don't know how he is. But, you know, as I said, hedging my bets. If there is anybody that can destroy the connections between Marduk and Valerie, that's him.
Okay. Well,
Are we talking about? I don't know how if we tell you stuff, will you tell it to Valerie as you meet because you technically serve her?
Well, yes, depending on the things that you will tell me, of course, she's gonna eventually look through my mind, which takes me to the second part of my
Understand?
thing.
We'll talk more after we deal with this situation, I guess. If you'll be around.
Yes, before everything completes, know of this. As soon as if you kill her before this link is broken, I die, and she's probably not gonna be able to get to me anymore. Which, on return, that trinket that I just gave you, which allows you to have a connection with Rivshta, um, disappears with me. On the other hand, if you kill me, I just reappear on her clutches. So, because of it,
We should do this as soon as possible.
it looks at you, Raymond. Are you able to cast spells that would alter someone's mind?
No, I'm not able to do such a thing.
That makes things difficult.
it happens. We know a guy. You know?
No, we
I
don't.
mean, yeah, we know
killed
a
him.
guy.
Do you?
We
Yeah,
killed him.
No,
yeah.
wait, we don't. Fuck.
We knew
I
a
mean,
guy. but
maybe our friend in
We could resurrect
our elven
him.
friend, maybe.
Maybe.
So you appear in her clutches,
Yes.
which means she wouldn't know that you possibly talked with us. So I say we kill you.
Yes, that is one part of my plan. But as I said, she's gonna probably look through my mind.
Mm.
Well, that's too
What
bad
if
we
we
can't
play?
fix that.
What if we blow your brains out?
I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not how it works, so we can't do much
That's
about it.
not how it works.
I say in the pill. Does the pill work here?
It does not.
Say maybe Sarah has spell.
Do we have time?
We have about
an
30
hour.
minutes. You can tell
I-
people from here
I can-
directly too.
I can take you wherever you need if you have someone that can help us.
I would hope that she.
I mean, she's the only person we have right now, so probably do this as soon as we can. If she doesn't, well, then F, I guess.
And
Yeah.
can you take us to our cart? I assume you know what it is and where it is.
Or as close to the inn.
The
red
red
doorknob?
knob.
The red knob.
Yeah, black mat.
I can do that. So yeah, just to recap, you understand the plan. I'm hoping that you guys are not gonna fuck me over on this.
Well,
I
as
need
much as
you
I
to-
hate you, which is not really, I don't really have anything against you. I want her dead, very much dead.
An
Yes, I would
enemy
also
of
like
our
to see
enemy.
her dead.
Well, before we go to Tessira, let me ask her if she has such a thing. I will cast Sending to Tessira, say, "Hey Tessira, it's Raymond. Do you know a spell that would alter someone's memories?"
Make me a percentile.
Yeah, cause yeah.
Yeah,
Just
Or
need to
on
roll
D20.
above what, 5%?
Yes.
Yeah, 90.
93.
Okay.
Oh,
You cast a spell. She answers, "Oh, so you guys are alive? Yes, I can do that."
Okay, then
Then we
yeah,
go.
she can do that. Let's just get to the cart and get things settled.
Yeah.
Cool. Been a pleasure talking to you. As
I have so many questions.
he
Ah!
grabs he grabs on your shoulders and he just says, "Just get yourselves comfortable." As he casts plane shift, in the area of the inn. You
Okay.
arrive there. It is morning. There is some action in the city. Some people look at you like, "What the fuck?" You can see that as he appears, you can see that he's not the gray elf type of creature anymore, but
Thank God.
he's this normal looking human with this very, let's say, fancy type of armor.
Of course.
Of course.
Thank God. Let's go to the card.
Well, good to know that. So
Yeah,
I
let's
won't
go.
Okay.
be restricted again.
Take into the cart. As you enter in the cart, first thing that you see is 4 incinerated bodies. They're just not too far from the main door.
Oh.
Bodies of bandits, you could assume, or thugs, rather.
Mhm.
As you see,
Yo,
you
damn.
see behind your house the silhouette of a fully grown red dragon.
What?
Oh no! Oh no!
no!
We have a situation for it.
Wait, is it
And
the
with that,
fireworm?
unless you guys want to continue this session, because I'm down to continue it, but I think this would be the greatest moment to stop it. Unless you guys want to
Me?
continue.
I disagree.
Okay.
I
Go for another hour.
Sure.
Patrick, have you eaten?
Yeah, I have. I ate while we were doing the session.
I'm really hungry. If we take in 5 minutes.
Okay,
Hi,
take 5
hungry.
minutes. Take 5
I'm
minutes.
dead.
Okay, we're gonna be right back then.
Yes.
Indeed, on the map.
We are
And
back.
you know what they say about Dragonborns.
Oh, back.
I don't know what they say about Dragonborns. What do they say about Dragonborns?
Sophia knows what they say about Dragonborns.
What do
Tell
they
me.
say about Dragonborns?
Sophia's dead.
You need to find out for yourself.
No, what do they say about Dragonborns? Tell the stream, not me. They don't know.
I guess we will find out one day.
Oh my god.
Or if we do the chronicles of the newcomers,
Yes, the Chronicles. of
the
the
not
Newcomers.
safe for work edition.
Yes.
What?
Don't worry about it, man. It's fine.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
I will.
So
Mash,
you
this
guys
meme is
see,
bad. You should
Why is there a
consider-
dragon there?
you guys see this. Actually, before you do that, Raymond, can you make me a religion check?
I can indeed.
You will
And,
receive
as-
the
as you're ma-
information
As,
that...
as,
Why
no,
doesn't the
no,
cleric
no,
do
Ah!
I
because
don't know, because he
because
asked the wizard.
because you can't, unfortunately, for this. specific-
28.
Okay, before I give you the information, let's talk about the dragon in the room. You guys see this enormous creature that just lurks behind the inn that you guys have lived in for quite a while.
Lived in.
As its like long body just twists and looks over the walls that he's hiding behind, or rather the building that he's hiding behind. As
What
you
the
see that
fuck?
the Sire gets out of the house, the inn, and says, "Well, you guys took your time."
What
Who
the fuck?
the fuck?
Care to introduce us?
Oh, you don't. Yes,
That's
you can see that she snaps her fingers as the dragon just disappears, and you guys have seen that she holds this dragon on her shoulders, this shooter
Oh.
dragon,
It's Mini Boy.
Oh.
as
Oh,
he
that's
just
cool.
turns back there and is like, "Yeah, that had to deal with a couple of people, but I'm glad you guys are back."
And God, you are safe. We
Who
hit a rough spot.
Who is that thing behind you? She
Uh,
points.
Long story short,
Luca, this is the Syra. The Syra, this is
Yes.
Luca.
We need you to
We
modify
need you
his
to
memory.
erase his or like alter his memory
so
for.
then we kill him.
Yeah, pretty much. And he's very happy to do that as well, right?
We
Luca?
don't have much time to talk. We can talk afterwards,
Sounds
please.
fun. As she just casts the spell.
I mean, we
And
would
you
tell
see-
her to alter
Yeah, she removes all the memories that have happened throughout the day. As
Needs to
she
make it
casts the spell.
convincing. Yeah, it's fine. He's gonna remember how he chopped his head clean off.
Yeah, casts the spell, and then you can see they phased out. He phased out for him for a second, then he phased in. Looks at you guys. He goes for reaching for his rapier.
Yeah, I
and
decapitate.
as you decapitate him, as you decapitate him, even before his head touches the ground, his body just
Poof.
disintegrates into the air.
Ah, that felt good.
I assume it did. Well, okay, so let's get this straight now. We lost to a
Well,
bunch of devils that guard the guy.
it's not the devils. It was Valerie. She took
As you
you
guys are
out.
talking, sorry, I really hate to interrupt, but
Wow.
as you guys are talking, as his body disintegrates, you can see that some of the dust that he has, or that he is leaving behind, lingers around you guys. As you, Chance, would immediately see this because you have Mr. True Sight. As you see that, give me a second. You see that a spell is starting to form around you guys.
We're
As
getting a
this
spell cast.
abjuration. An
Okay.
abjuration spell that goes around you guys.
Right, man.
I show the spell.
Or you.
Or-
it's
What spell is
abjuration.
it?
It's
Do we know?
abjuration, so check.
Tell me what you do.
What is?
Look at the dust, Raymond. What does it?
Fine, I look at the dust. Just want to remove
Kill
the
our
dust.
queen.
Okay, you cast identify, I assume.
Either this or Arcana check. I do one of those. First gonna try with identify, then if it
Yeah,
doesn't work, Arcana.
identify. You understand that whatever happened, non-detection has been casted on all of you,
Oh, okay.
and you understand that this is a powerful version of non-detection, as you understand that his duration is 1 week.
Okay,
Oof.
so there, I wouldn't be able to dispel it anyways if I keep rolling under a 10. So
You're about 28 on leadership. Keep going on your talking, Eric. Sorry for interrupting.
Yes, the problems were not the devils, which were almost dead. It was Valerie who was shooting us from across the planet with her shit weapon.
Yeah, I felt that very, very nicely.
Yeah, me too, about 3 times.
Eric
Me
really
three, but I
tanked a lot of them.
How do we?
Well, I suppose Luca is gonna go to her and be like, oh, they defeated me and they're gonna try and find us, but we know that he ultimately wants to get rid of her, so let's hope. And he remembers that. And the next time we meet, he's going to be under our terms rather
Is
than hers.
Has anybody ever heard of that god? That
Yes.
Rivshta?
Raymond has heard of that god.
Would I know?
I'm for a very specific reason. You have no idea what that is.
F.
That I'm going to explain right now. So that Rivishta, you've rolled fucking godly, so you know this. Also known as the Beast of Winter, the Lord of the Void, the Executioner. He's the god of entropy, cold, winter, famine, natural disasters, bad luck, collapse of nation and empires.
Yep, that's my
Nice.
next character.
He does not only represent death, but all manifestations of collapse, be they famine, plague, or simple bad luck. He's a god that is connected to the word for some reason, because you know that this creature is you know of this god being an overseeing god, not of this material plane, but rather not of the multiverse, but on
Whatever
those
special.
levels. You know that, like, considering what you guys have seen up until now, you could think, well, maybe that since we have to go to Tangled Lakes, which is like a place of magic, a place of power, maybe somehow connections between external planes that are not in the planescape that survives around Vokitan are connected somehow or creating a connection. You know of this creature being uh, basically the representation of entropy. Something that the only thing that it does is look forward and make sure that it's going to eventually happen to the complete destruction of the whole universe. Not in an aggressive way, but rather as in it's inevitable. He knows that it's inevitable, and he knows that it's going to eventually happen, and that's what he represents. You know that his form is normally seen as a white, six-eyed minotaur with an enormous executioner's axe on his side.
Oh shit. Good
Cool.
God,
Cool.
is this guy
Uh,
like pre? That
The only
is
reason
Raymond
that,
telling us this?
yeah, I assume he is. I don't know, but regardless, the only reason that you could think that Mr. Varn would not know of this is because this is not really a god that is part of this plane of existence or this planescape that you guys have been living into, and because of your background, I think you can understand how you know of this specifically.
Okay.
So this is a god of somewhere else. Cool. Okay.
God of summer. That would be a
God,
cool god.
somewhere else.
I
That's the
mean-
god. That's the god of all fathers that have gone for milk.
As a guy with 0 intelligence and 0 religion, god of somewhere else.
Okay.
Ah, fuck. Okay. Well, from
Nice,
one bad
cool.
god to the other. Cool.
Yeah. Maybe we can find the stone that I lost, and then we can deal with this without dealing with the god of the inevitable end of the multiverse. Yeah.
I wonder if
I mean,
well,
to
we are
be honest-
splitting her from Kuran if it's the same as the vampire. I guess not.
No, I don't know if Eric would think of this, but I will. Eric is intelligent. He has 15 intelligence, so I'm just gonna say it. If Karan plans to expedite this destruction of worlds, or whatever the fuck he wants to do, I assume this Mr. Minotaur is not really pleased with
I
a
don't
rapid
know.
death.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure his thing is to keep it. Yes, he represents death, as death is very present in everything. I'm pretty sure he wants to keep it that way.
We don't know exactly what Kuran wants. I don't think these are the same things.
I don't know,
I'm
but
just saying.
we got rushed into a thing because we thought that we would have a meeting with this person, but we didn't, obviously.
I mean, we
Right.
expected this, let's be honest.
Yeah, but I expected to at least meet the guy.
Yeah, me too.
Well, we are going to meet him, but it will
No.
be much less
No.
friendly
know.
circumstances. Not now.
Sure, but we need to leave.
Yes.
But also,
I mean, yeah, we have, yeah.
I need to. I need to remember what I did with that stone.
Okay. So
How-
priorities. We need to leave, and we need to find out what you did with that stone.
Yes, but how do I do that?
How?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I would ask Xeka, but she forgot as well, from what I know.
Forgot.
You know?
If gods don't remember this, I don't think
Okay, okay.
it's a
So
priority.
you had
Oh.
the lesser god try to look into it, and it died.
Yeah, but it might have been the demon that at the time had stuff. With me. Uh,
Okay, so
Why don't you
the
ask the mirror?
lady told me that this stone was basically power of all the primes combined into physical matter, which are spread around.
yeah, yeah.
I assume that's why he reacted like that. Now, who the fuck would protect against that? Maybe one of them, or maybe someone that understood how to use its power.
Okay, let's think. From what we can think. So she killed me, but she didn't find it on me, which means that I hit it obviously before she got to that point. At the time, I was around the neutral zone.
You either hid it or you used it for something.
I mean, yeah, but we are counting on the
Why-
fact that it still exists.
Why
What
don't we
about-
ask the mirror or
He-
something?
The mirror already knows for 10 days.
Oh, okay.
What about your sister?
I mean, I'm pretty sure she's not too keen on me, and I'm pretty sure she wouldn't know where I would hide it because I
If
saw
she
it
knew,
when
they
I-
would try to recover it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. There must be a way. They are very powerful. They must leave a footprint or something.
That's the weirdest part, right? If they left the footprint, somebody would already get it. Somebody might already
Yeah,
have
but
it, but
maybe it's a very specific footprint. You need to know what you're looking
And
for.
that watch reacted to it, but how can we tune it to find it? Maybe we can. I don't know. I don't. I mean, I guess I knew how that stuff worked.
I'm
once
gonna
upon a time.
call my mother.
Okay.
Okay, the lady of.
Oh, I thought you were calling your actual mother. I
Okay.
was like,
I
why?
was
are
like,
you
wait,
talking
what?
to her?
Maybe she knows. Call
Okay.
a friend.
Mom, I mean, moms can
Mom!
always find stuff that's hidden.
Mom,
Yeah, mom.
where are my socks?
I'm gonna use the ring and not say mom because I don't want to die instantly.
No, really?
Unless she doesn't mind, which I
I don't know.
really ship it if she
Would have you
doesn't.
asked?
I'm pretty sure she'll
Um,
be like neutral as always.
Have you asked?
So, hello, it's me,
Your son.
again, your son.
I was
Technically,
wondering if I was to
um,
notice.
I had the question, but that can wait. So you know those balls of primal power. Let's say a piece of it is missing and is lost somewhere. Is there a way you know that we can find it?
Well, it's an incredibly powerful source of magic. So, my guess would be find a place that seems to be hit by a source of magic or something along those lines. And probably is there. That's my
Okay.
guess. It's yeah, that's my guess. I'm sorry I
Oh,
can't help you.
I'm gonna ask something else. I hope you're not gonna kill me. Are you technically my mother?
There's a moment of silence.
No, 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 no.
Well, I possibly it could be yes that we are connected by a shrivel of bloods.
Cool. Cool. Yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, mom.
Oh.
I'm not gonna say that. Well, thank you again. If you need anything, I'll help you however I can.
It's okay. I don't need anything right now.
Like the dishes. I'm gonna close the call.
Don't do the dishes.
I cleaned
yeah.
them.
So I mean, we already knew this, but she confirmed it. Maybe the Tangled Lakes, because the guy said there's immense magic there.
Why did
They
I?
leave.
Why would I go to the Tangled Lakes? What was I doing?
I don't know.
I'm very.
Mr.
No,
Varn, can
it's
you
more
make me an intelligence check?
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh
It's
no!
it's
Let's
more so we
try
need
it.
to
Think
just keep
dwarf.
going. We can't look for this. We don't know where to
Fine,
start.
I have a date.
Ugh.
That's a 5.
Fuck! I have a date.
How much, sorry?
That's a 5.
Eh,
Nice.
I want to help you, but I can't. I'm sorry.
Fuck!
If only there was some way to re-roll it.
I don't believe it is the Tangled Lakes.
You
I
didn't
was,
sleep.
was in the neutral zone, so it's.
On that note, you guys, the people that have proficiency in history would know that Tangled Lakes have existed for a very long time and have had this connection with magic for a very long time.
Okay, so it's not there.
Probably much longer than Chance has ever lived for.
What if the guy where you went and made the deal with the first time
Hmm.
maybe there?
Huh.
You know, the hyena guy.
Yeah, that's very pleasant. Yeah. I don't know.
we can't just be going to random people and trying to find this.
I mean,
am aware.
what if we hit you hard enough in the head that you remember?
Yeah, I think that's a
Look,
good idea.
I mean, I was shot in the head like literally a few hours ago. It didn't work.
Well,
So-
then we were
Try
shot
it
in the
again.
neck actually, but it's fine.
Try
Yeah.
it again.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I would love to participate in this creative thinking process, but
Aren't
my
you
legs,
supposed to be the smart one?
That's what
but
I
my
was
legs
thinking.
fail to keep me up, so I would want to, as I am still severely bleeding,
We were sitting down.
Gotta
still, I would
pretty
want to
sure I
go
killed
and
you.
rest.
Okay,
Okay,
we can come
yes,
by your
yes.
bed and talk there if you want. But we need to interrupt
Yes.
an important
Let's
part
all
of this
stand in
conversation.
the wizard's room.
Sure.
Okay.
No, okay, fuck off. Go sleep. I'm gonna think instead with my very
Yeah, let's all
forgetful
just calm down because we had a very couple of hours, and yeah, let's talk
We're talking
tonight. No, not now. Everyone, fuck
Ah.
off. Do something else. We need to think, or we can continue to speak and talk about nothingness.
Sure. Well,
So we have no clues as to what we are
So-
looking for,
so-
where to find
so-
it, who can have it.
The first thing you remember, you're in the neutral zone, right? That's where
Yes.
everything started for you.
yeah, there on the road. It
That
was
was before
next
you got
to
shot
the...
in the. Who shot you in the head, Valerie?
I don't remember that part. That happened before I remember. I remember waking up from being shot in the head. This card on me. That's the only thing that's been.
What's that
originally
card?
there.
What's the card?
Uh,
Does it have go?
Yeah, it's an ace of spades. It's a thing here. I've had it since I have come into this world, since I remember.
Yeah, you
It-
see this ace of spades, unless you want to describe it. But
I mean, no.
it's an ace of spades with this and you see that it has changed a little bit since last time we looked at it. As you can see that there is the the ace for shape. Now it's basically incorporated into the art. This raven with its wings open, and you can see a raven that is blindfolded and with bandages over its beak and the likes.
It's basically like Exeika stuff.
Yes,
Yes.
that is exact.
Okay, so you start.
Is the card magical?
It is
Did you
very
check?
magical.
What does it? What does it do?
It's my lucky card. Listen, it makes me do things better. Trust me.
That's it. There's no like.
Does it have like any
It
weird?
the mechanically plus.
No,
3
I don't
and
care.
stuff.
I don't care what it does.
Yes.
Does it have any weird symbols, carvings, designs like on the back or something that doesn't look like it's tied to exec? That's what I want to see.
Or is there like?
You know what? Let's have fun. Let's have a lot of fun. Make me
Mhm.
an investigation check. Whoever.
Well,
Can
And
I-
this
would
is gonna
make-
be. I'm just gonna say this is gonna be an incredibly difficult check.
Let's go,
Right?
boys. Let's go, boy.
Well, yeah, I
Rain.
was about to say as well that there must be like if there is like a hidden message on this card, a hidden
Oof.
map, something.
So you were saying it's an incredibly difficult check. Okay.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm
How
sure.
Me neither.
about a
Yeah, no.
19, which technically should crit, plus 12, which is a 31.
Okay. Yeah, you needed a 30. You
Well, that was easy.
as you guys are talking, as you have been attentive to this card, like since I assume you would look at it from time to time, giving
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, I'm depressed. I see this card. That's
I'm
my
the
life."
best.
Not
Oh, I'm depressed.
Depressed. I mean, it could be seen either way. Actually. Regardless, you've always noticed that this card has some three-dimensionality to it, as in there are some parts that are a little bit carved to make everything feel a little bit more.
It's a cool Pokemon
premium.
card. It's a very cool
Uh,
Pokemon card.
Yes, but you've always assumed, like, oh, this is like a card. Like, since you'd never wanted to look into it too much, you always assumed that it was just part of the design of the cards. However, with the 31, you do notice that above, like, there's the whole figure of Exeka is very much tridimensional. However, you can feel that there is some bumps. Like, imagine the spade like this. Okay, a very cool spade, yes.
Mm.
And then you feel some bumps ahead of it.
Mm.
Like, you feel something that there is there. Now, the thing is, you can try and see more about this, but there's a big but. This would mean that you could either break or weaken the enchantment that the card has.
Ah.
No.
Because you
Ah.
understand that it is within the whole thing.
The
So let's just
Syra.
wait for Raymond.
No.
Or yeah, the Syra, the better.
This.
Oh my god! You guys are so nice.
The Syra. I require wizardly help, and my other wizard is currently hospitalized.
I mean, I can help him not be hospitalized.
Yeah, I mean, if you can have both the wizards help me with this, it's less of a funny word to destroy my item.
Yeah, I think I should not hospitalize your friend rather than just do things. As she would come to you, Mr. Raymond, as she casts. Basically, she dumps on you greater restorations until you're fine.
Oh, cool. I-
He's still bleeding though.
I still wanted my HP, my spell slots, and my portal
I mean-
die.
I asked if you wanted healing, but you never answered.
Uh, that's what the bed is for.
The Syra, just fuck him and tell him to come down. Come on.
No.
I think that it would be best to have
yes.
both me and Raymond to take a look at this. as
Restoration one.
I'm not the. I mean, I'm decent at enchanting, but I'm not. I'm definitely not the best, especially of your ways of enchanting things.
Uh huh.
So I would wait on that if I were you.
Okay.
I can look at it, but I can't promise anything.
I don't like that at all. Sure, let's wait for
I think we
Raymond to
shouldn't
leave.
rush into things
Yeah,
that could kill us. No
yeah.
pun intended.
No, I don't want my card ruined as well.
Yeah, let's just
So why do you guys have like non-detection on you guys? Like,
because we are
yeah,
detected sometimes.
yeah, and now we're not.
There's a fucking assassin lady with a gun that can shoot through walls and from across the planet. And
Okay.
yes,
I have no clue actually.
I want to skin her alive.
I mean, I will join you
Me
in that,
too.
but also she enjoys extreme violence, so maybe she'll enjoy it. So maybe
Only
we
if
could
I can
just
smash her head
not
in
skin
first.
her alive.
Fuck
Maybe,
her to death.
maybe you know, I kill her very quickly and like in a very stupid and boring way, so she's pissed, and then you skin her alive anyways.
How about this?
Or
You
skin
kill
her.
her, I
Boring.
resurrect her, then he skins her alive, and then I resurrect her,
I've
and then
read
I
a
smash her
book
head in.
about this guy.
you guys have
Like-
had some difficult hours. Like you. What?
Like there was this guy that used to impale people through their
I
asses.
think all of you should go to bed. Like,
No,
half
I'm
of us,
completely
half of
fine.
us died.
I was
Sarah.
sleeping in my ring for the past 8 hours or so. I am completely
fine.
awake and fine.
I
and
think I took an amount of 500 damage in the last 12 hours, so it's fine.
Ah, yes.
I
500 damage.
died, but didn't because my ring saved me from usual death. So
oh
that's
yeah, about that. Fuck. Yeah.
Hmm?
Ekta didn't take it too well that she didn't come back. I don't know what's up with her. She hasn't come out of her room for a while.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
I'll go
shit.
upstairs.
Well, the party's broken. Let's go. I'm gonna go.
Goodbye.
Gonna go sleep.
To the waifu we go. As you
No,
have
I
2
need to-
points of exhaustion.
It's fine. Even with 2 points of exhaustion, I'm better than everything she can ever find in this city.
Wow.
No, I said that it's gonna be in the evening. It's morning, you said, right?
Yes, it is morning.
I have time for a full long rest before that.
Yeah, you can. You do.
Okay, I'll do
I
that.
head
Gonna
to
go
my room.
and take a long rest.
Yeah, you head to your room and you see the sheets are off the bed, and you can see that Azekta in a fetal position. She's just, you could assume she has collapsed into sleeping. She doesn't seem too well. And yeah, she's there, like in the middle of the bed. You could assume that she has not taken too well, you not coming back.
I would just go carefully and try to push her awake by her shoulder, just very carefully.
She's not waking up.
She's dead.
You could assume that like she's breathing, she's not dead, but you could like you can see that
She's undead.
she's probably very tired. As you could assume, she has been awake all night, probably not too happy.
What are the chances?
Well, I'm not leaving this room for the next while. I'm just
Okay.
gonna find something to do.
Okay.
I know what I'll do.
I mean, you can still go to sleep because you haven't slept in this period. You've been just staring at nothingness. So you can do whatever, but you can do whatever. I wouldn't say that you're not feeling tired.
Okay, well, before I go to sleep, I would go out of the cart have non-detection on me. I'm hoping that I don't get sniped.
Boom. Dead.
Making a research.
But I am also being very careful about my
Take 200
surroundings.
damage.
Mhm.
Go somewhere where I am out of immediate sight of assassins, and pray, or try to, in my very clumsy attempt at praying to Exeka as always.
I mean, if you want, you know that there is a temple to Exeter.
Oh, there is a temple. Then I go to the temple.
It's in Beatrice's Grove.
Where
It's a long trek,
she grew.
as it is here, but is
How
there.
long of a track is it?
Like, if you go chilling, like 4 hours and a
I
half.
don't go there. I go somewhere and pray.
Yeah.
Somewhere where it doesn't take me hours.
Do you want to say something specific, or do you just
Fuck.
do the acting of praying?
I mean, yes, I would like to say something specific other than just doing the acting of praying. I would say, how do I find this thing? We don't have any leads. And you don't know either, I assume. Since you said you didn't. Do you still not know?
I do not know. Could be any. Are you gonna write something specific about this? What?
The primordial ball. Since she was fairly powerful caster at her time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say anything more specific. I would go to my room and I would be there, do something not very productive, and sleep probably.
Okay, now I think this is the best moment to end the session, as you send the letter. Unless you guys want to do the full-blown session, I can do it.
He's clicking very aggressive.
But I would love to take like an actual 15-minute break before doing that, because I need
It's fine, we can
something.
end if people want to end.
I'm down to continue.
I still have a very heavy migraine and I'm still dying on the inside, but you know, it's fine.
I mean,
You
it's
tell
fine.
you guys tell me. It's Sunday, so I don't know. You got like I don't have anything tomorrow. I mean,
I have to wake up
couple of
early,
things.
but I mean,
I mean, same, but it's still just 9. You can go, but
We can go
I'm
until
dying.
like
Okay,
10:30.
then let's take the last break of the night. I'm gonna go be right back for a
yeah, I'm gonna go eat at some point. I guess we're gonna take a longer break if I have to go eat in the meantime. But yeah, so for the stream, we're gonna be back in at some point tonight. Don't worry, we're not dead. Or maybe we are. We'll see.
Oh.
He's dead. Oh, he's dead, as I said. Goodbye stream for now. We're gonna be back in 30 minutes.
I mean, as soon as you are back.
Yeah.
Or like maximum, I would like to restart in 10 minutes, but it's fine. Whatever.
BRB.
the day has
Stream
started.
is here. Ah.
Okay, so that you guys know. Yes. You like you have not slept.
I was about to.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So you can do whatever you desire in this day and age.
Sent letter, I go beds.
Yes. Do you guys want to do something in the immediate moment? Do you guys go to bed?
No, I sit on a chair next to the dead Actus and to fall asleep there.
Okay.
Or you
Why don't you stay in the
Why don't I
It's a
stay
new
in
day.
the bed?
Yeah.
It's fine. You can do whatever.
Because she's in the middle of it,
Yes,
depressed.
she is.
Move
Yeet
her.
her off the bed.
Just yeet out of the
Yeah,
window.
just cheat her out of. Actually, just cheat her from the fucking island.
Saw an amazing video on that, but more to the topic, I go to the city. Out.
And go to the city.
Take her
What
from
do you
the
do in
crowd.
the city?
So two
Oh,
things.
yeah.
First thing, I was wondering, I'm gonna do my cooking 5-head things, and I will see if I can make the packed protein also work not just strength,
Okay.
as in, is it like because it's like it bulges your muscles? Can I use it to like?
Yeah.
I
That's gonna be. What is gonna be? It's gonna be. So you would use your thing, your cooking supplies, which you have proficiencies in, right? Right.
yes, I do. I'm a cock.
Yes. I'm gonna say you can do it, but you need to make me a check, and the DC is gonna be a 22.
Yeah.
I have an inspiration. Okay, please. Oh, oh, oh. So that's just proficiency plus 5. That's 22.
All right.
It's exactly 22.
You work for a bit. Like this would take you like how much? Like a 4-ish hours as you're like doing things, experimenting, going around the city and the markets, and taking notes and things like that. Like
So thematically, because like the original bar is just protein, and I want to make it so it's more, so it just gives you, I guess, like energy, like more of a
did you just say thematically?
what?
He did, yes.
It's fine.
What did I say?
Thematically.
Thematic. It's whatever. It's a Slovak word. I use it in English. Doesn't matter. Okay. I invented the word. Shut the fuck up.
Sorry, that was toxic.
I'm tired. No, it's fine. I'm a retard.
Thematically.
Tema.
Ah!
Continue, please.
So
Go on,
thematically, instead of a protein bar, what is it gonna
like add to a protein bar like things to increase your give you energy instead of just like raw protein stuff.
where is the thing? Where's the recipe? Do you have it?
I do not have it because it keeps disappearing.
What does it do? Do you have it
your strength attack do a d4. And I want to make it more so that all melee attacks can do extra.
You can do it, but I'm gonna make that instead of d4, it's gonna be 2. Just
a 2. Okay.
Okay.
That's better in a way. But also
Less dice to roll damage. Yes. Okay, that's cool.
That's it. And
so it's not a protein; it's a chocolate protein.
What's the duration?
I don't know. I don't have the card.
It was like a minute or some shit. Or an
yeah,
hour.
I'm gonna make it that
no, this is
instead of d4, it does 2 damage, and since you're modifying it and things like that, and its duration instead of being whatever it was, is gonna be 18 seconds. Actually, no, 18 seconds. 30 seconds. So it would be how many turns? Some turns.
5.
Like 3 turns.
No,
yeah,
not
5
2
rounds.
turns.
But why?
5 rounds it is. 30 seconds.
That's the modified version because you're not
I
an
need to
expert
write it down,
cook.
but then I need to make a card, so it's fine.
Yeah, just write it down, and then when you have it, then you send it to me.
+2
I'm gonna make it a card
damage for
30
30
seconds.
sec.
Cool. Is that the only thing that you want to
The
do?
other thing, I want to see if I can make something for the casters, and I don't know if you're gonna allow this, but something like how is it called, the herb that like increases your memory, like the ginkgo tea?
Jingo below. No?
Yeah, that thing.
Why not
Something
just make-
like on one concentration just adds a +1, just on one concentration after consuming the item.
Okay, so something that buffs concentration
Yeah,
checks.
just like the first concentration that you do, or like a concentration that you do, you can add a +1 to the thing.
Hmm. Make me a check.
Okay.
Depending on the
Can't you just
result.
make a figure of perfection too?
Oh,
That would be very useful.
that's a 2. I don't think no. That's
You
total
can't,
of 7.
You
No.
can't wrap your head around it. Like you can think of things like you're thinking about. You're like, yeah, I could, but like the first thing that you think of, you're like, it doesn't work. Doesn't particularly work. But you have the idea.
I add it to the
Just need the-
things I want to do, and the last thing, I want to go to the enchanting shop,
Mhm.
to the guys that we made business with and stuff,
Yeah.
and the,
Would Gilmore here?
Gilmore is dead.
It's not
tell me
You
he's
see,
here.
you see that is still the girl that you guys bullied
Oh, no.
last time.
Hey, I was wondering if Mr. Gilmore is back, by any chance?
Uh, Unfortunately, it's not. Some
Sure.
complications have happened.
Oh, hopefully everything's alright. How good are you yourself in enchanting?
It depends on the nature of the enchantments. If you were to describe me what you want to do, maybe either I or one of our professionals can help you.
Okay, so I give her, like, I show the vial ring,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, would it be possible to change the nature of the enchantment on this? Example, it's a little bit too dark, and what I fight is usually not too, like, it's kind of resistant to this. So if the damage could change, maybe, to something that would be more efficient to what I'm working with.
You can see that she takes a look at it, and you can see that she pulls out this big book that is like under her table, and you can see that it is basically a vocabulary of enchantment. That she can like look through things and understand what it is and what it means. And she goes through the book a little bit, and she goes, I mean, yeah, it would be possible. Regarding a possible time frame to do such a thing, since you already offered the initial enchantment, is going to take between 2 to 5 days. Depends on well, a lot of things. And regarding a cost, a possible cost, it could start around considering the discount that you have, it would be around, as a starting price, 800 gold pieces.
Okay.
Up to a ceiling of, if things go in a direction, since this is a peculiar item that we never had in our catalogs, a ceiling of maybe 1,500. It
Oh,
depends on a lot of things.
okay, that's not too bad. Can do that. All right. Is there a way you can send it to me after it's finished if I'm not no longer in the city?
We do have a way that requires an extra fee of 10 gold pieces,
Oh, that's fine.
and we can send it wherever, as long as, well, you are in the material plane.
Of course, of course.
Well, technically,
No, that's fine. I will. I guess I pay up front. No, that doesn't make sense.
It's half and half. You will have to make a deposit of 400 golds, which will be returned if we happened, even though it's incredibly low chance, if we happen to fail. But if we succeed on this, when the message will be delivered to you, you will have to, well, to be able to access your item, you will have to pay the remaining fee.
Okay, I give her 400 gold.
Okay. And the ring, I assume.
And the ring, yes.
Okay, then we're gonna start right away. As she puts it inside of a small box, you can see that she writes a couple of letters on top of it, which you assume is identification of something, and she puts it on a small shelf behind her. Can I help you with something else?
No, I think. Did you receive new stock since the last time we were here? By any chance?
Let me check. Well, we have received a couple of extra items and some spell scrolls if you happen to be interested in that.
spell scrolls. Would you look at that?
Yeah, if I could see them and I'll take a mental note and everybody wakes up, I would tell them or just buy them,
Absolutely. I'm just
So-
gonna go and gather them. Just wait here for a second.
Rob the place blind.
Shit.
I don't think that's a good idea. Wait, actually, that's a
Take
pretty-
everything and run away.
I mean, yeah, you could just run away.
Okay. She comes back with a small box that seems to be quite well equipped, very sturdy and things like that. And she comes out with puts down these items. There's a small dagger. There is a set of plate gauntlets and 2 spell scrolls. Notice the damage D6 on a dagger. Just gonna say that. The cost is written on the item, of course.
The 18k, what do you mean? Fuck off.
This is.
25
Right.
points. What the fuck?
I know what I'm about to do. Besides going on dates.
It's a good dagger, but. You don't need
Too
it.
bad your boy Chance is a ranged rogue.
It's too bad it's 6.65 point.
Yeah, well, yeah. Too bad that as well,
See that she tells you basically that they received it in one of the last expeditions that came from the lands of Ellen.
Oh.
Especially the dagger. It's quite the artifact that, well, given its importance, it definitely makes it worthwhile. As it is believed that this is a blade that is wielded by demigods and the likes.
Too bad.
Fucking 65k gold.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a shame that we don't have a dagger spec in the party.
Yeah.
Like, I could technically use this, but also why?
You could, yeah. I mean, I don't know why.
You can't because we can't buy it.
True.
I mean, yeah, but I don't. Yeah.
I want those clothes so bad.
Oh look, those two spells that are very useful for a wizard.
Ah, look, and a better fireball, I guess.
See, like,
No.
oh, why
Freezing Sphere
use
is a
the
very good spell.
dynamite when I can just punch through through an object? So basically, I would know magically that if somebody wants any of these, and I would buy. If Raymond wants the scroll, if Eric wants the gloves.
I want the gloves, but we have money to buy the gloves.
Yeah. We don't need
Uh,
money.
It
For-
would cut it close, but we do.
for the this
Oh yeah, we have
mistake of
20%
mine.
off. Remember that.
Yes.
This is
for
already
the-
counted in, right?
No, no.
No.
For dagger, it's not like there is no discount. But for the gate crashes and for the scrolls, there is a discount. So the gate crashes would be Google. Why is it small? What? There will be 14 and 800, and for the scrolls, that would be would be 2800.
Hey, Raymond, do you want any of these scrolls?
He's max.
He's
here.
muted, or he doesn't realize.
I
it.
can do without them, I can do with them.
That's not what I'm asking.
Depends on our gold situation.
I couldn't care less. Do you want any of these scrolls?
As I said, depends on the gold situation.
Then no. If you're like that, because you're not pogging, so I'm not gonna give them to you. I'm gonna buy the gate crashers though.
Okay. You see that these are like some very pretty, like made of steel, like dark steel, gloves that have these like these almost spikes on the knuckles, and they are quite hefty.
I'll have 10k. Fine.
Okay.
Flesh
So-
to stone.
They still have that, just out of curiosity, or aside, they still have that fucking gun there, right? The psychic damage gun that
They
we
do.
got familiar
You
with.
see that they do.
Out of curiosity, how much did that cost before? And still?
20,000,
Yeah, okay.
counting the discounts.
We do not have that money.
I know. It's
Anymore.
just...
I mean, it's also special bullets,
I know.
and I think it's
just
much better
what
for.
we
Oh, this
got
is 16 DC. This is like a
fucked
this
with.
is like a
It is a worse version.
Dolido version. It's like the Dolido version of Twix. Doesn't taste as good. It's cheap.
It's fine. They're gonna get it off
What do you
your corpse
mean?
anyways.
How dare you?
And
I
if you
thank
tell
her
me
very much.
otherwise, Mr. DM, I will find a way to take it off her corpse.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that it's not happening.
So that's that. I thank her and I leave.
He tells you that as soon as the thing is ready, it's gonna be delivered to you.
And I guess I would just buy materials for, cooking my pork food. And some ideas to experiment while we are traveling on the ship. Like I buy like the herbs for the mind and meats and sugars and everything I need.
Can I have promotes?
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay.
And I would go to the cart and give Eric, here is a present.
I'm
Big
sleeping.
gloves.
Yeah, we'll be sleeping as you come back.
Big gloves, big boom.
Bonk.
Okay, so that's it for you.
Yeah.
Chance, not chance. Sorry.
Sorry, yes, that's it.
Okay.
Uh,
Uh,
I don't even know if I want to start looking for it because I know I don't have enough money for it.
Just sleep.
Hmm.
Shush.
Nah, I'm not gonna
Awesome.
look for it now. Maybe once I actually have money.
okay. Uh, things. Okay. So you guys go to sleep, rest, and eventually you wake up. For you, Chance, um, because you have 10 billion passive perception, and
Mhm.
because it happens very quickly, as after a bit, as you basically slump down on the chair, and you eventually, despite everything, you're a little bit exhausted. You start getting sleepy. As you're sleeping, eventually you would hear, or rather you would feel, as you wake up with Ektath hugging you. She's not saying anything, she's just, you can just feel her hug. And unless you want to say something, you can feel that she's just happy.
What the fuck is happening?
I don't say anything in particular. I would hug back and move myself over to the bed.
Yeah. Yeah, you go back to sleep, and she sleeps as well. Eventually, everybody would, you, Chance, would wake up a little bit later because of this interaction type of thing. But eventually, you guys would wake up around, for everybody. I need to do math that I don't have right now. I don't have the capability of math. Around 4 in the afternoon. Around that area of time, for you, Chance, you would wake up around maybe 5.
Hmm.
And yeah, the world is your oyster, as they say. Let's do things with order, I suppose, unless you guys want to do something as a group first. Let's do things with order with Mr. Raymond without a D. If you want to do something in specific, as you would wake up decently rested. You don't have the bad things because greater restoration from your friendly
Yeah.
neighborhood Dasira.
Oh my god, those are such bad rolls. Today's not gonna be a good day, I guess.
Nice.
So you have heard about this thing that you have to do. Make me an Arcana check
Okay.
for understanding this thing.
27.
Okay. You take a moment to get yourself into the mood of being a wizard. That's a very specific mood, and you think about it. You're like, okay, it's gonna be difficult. With the help of the Syra, it's still gonna be difficult. And considering the power of the item that Chance has, and considering the various enchantments they intertwine with each other, especially considering that it has
Quick note.
connection.
Very, very important note. Because of the minor steel curse that exists on that item, I wouldn't have given it to anybody. It's still on me. I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I assume so. But like, considering that there are like also connections with Exega and things like that, I'm just gonna tell you the DC to have it to still make it. You do it, and it is weakened. You need to roll a 35 or higher in Arcana check with the help of the Syra. To make it that it does not lose anything, it's a 38 DC. It's an incredibly difficult task to modify an enchantment, especially an enchantment that is contained in such a small, mundane item.
Yeah, today's not the day.
I can
You will get advantage with the Syra, but that's it.
give you a
Too
D4.
long.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can give you a D4.
If you
we're
happen to roll below a 25, the item is completely broken.
Yeah, no, not the day.
Yeah.
Today's not the day.
I don't like those odds.
I guess we would meet for dinner, breakfast.
I mean, yeah. Do you want to do something else? Do you want to do something, Raymond? Apart from understanding this?
Would I? No, I'm not doing things that. No, that's it. I'm just gonna be chilling in my room, probably laying down, not doing anything.
After a bit, as you're like chilling and shit, you would hear a knock at your door. Gentle knock, not
Okay,
an angry knock.
gentle knock. Okay. Get up,
Uh,
go to the door.
Yeah,
open.
as you go to the door, it's like you hear voice of the Syra, and she says, just wanted to check in. Are you okay, Raymond?
You open the door. Yeah, I'm completely fine.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Are you still writing things? Are you?
No, I'm free. I decided
Wanna
since I'm
go in
free,
the
I
city?
can. What you
If
say?
you want, go in the city. I don't know. So it's getting a little bit boring here.
With everything that's happening, I wouldn't know if that's a good idea.
All right.
Walking around the city when there's an assassin looking for you is not the smartest thing.
Makes sense. Well, if you're feeling about for it, I'm just gonna chill downstairs, do things like that. If you want to talk and stuff, just looking for some company.
I'll keep it in mind.
As she leaves. Eric,
Yes.
are you doing something?
I have many things to do, yes.
Go ahead.
I have a date. I have
you.
things to consider, monetary gains that need to happen in this party. Okay, it's 4, you say?
Oh! I'm a big brain. I'm a huge, expanding brain.
My mother needs to respond.
Give me a second. Sorry. You, Mr. Actually, give me a sec. So I actually need to check if I'm a big expanding brain or if I was back then a big expanding brain.
Okay.
Okay.
Me too. Never mind. Continue, Eric.
Okay, so dress up in something nicer that I'm wearing, so I'm not wearing a dead dragon on me.
Mm-hmm.
Still take my weapon in me, of course. That would be stupid. Walk around the city with an assassin is after you without a weapon is the stupid thing. Go out.
Before you do the Christine stuff, we're gonna do it in a bit. Do you want to do something before that?
Yes.
Then go ahead.
Well, regarding the Christine stuff, I'm gonna go and find the Pog place, the Pogest that there is in this town.
August. Make me an investigation or a persuasion. Whatever you want.
Okay. If not, I'm gonna pass by.
With
Okay.
advantage. With advantage. Because you've lived here.
To 22.
Okay. What do you mean by the poggest? Do you mean rich? Do you mean
No,
good?
I want something. Like a restaurant. Maybe if there is any restaurants on a boat, I would go there. I want something with a nice view. I want something that has privacy, nice music, good food.
Okay. With that 22, so you would know that there are some nice places in the academic quarter that you could be like, okay, yeah, let's go there. But going to check on the boat situation. Today is what day is it? Should be Thursday. Give me a second because I load my thing. Yes, it is Thursday. Yeah, you would find that towards the later part of the evening, there is basically there is this nice boat that departs and goes in the River of Silence. It doesn't go too far; just stays in the middle of the River of Silence, and is just a nice evening with an already prepared menu. You just need to pay the entry fee and everything else. It's free on top of the boat.
Okay, I'm gonna make reservations for that.
Of course, without considering beverages, because that's how it is.
Yeah. I know how restaurants fucking cunts all of the restaurants are cunts. You can eat, but if you want a drink, you gotta pay, and the price of the drink is the food included.
You go there and you ask for a table for two, I assume.
Yes.
And for a table for two, it would cost you 5 gold.
Okay.
Which is quite the price for a normal person, but for you.
I'm gonna ask if they have a special, like, extra VIP.
Extra VIP.
Like, separate.
The guy would tell you that there is the possibility to reserve in the highest point of the boat, as this is like a 2-story boat. It's quite the fancy one. Let's see. Yeah. However, the cost would be quite high, as tonight there is a special guest, as the the twins of the Esther
two
family
princesses. Yeah.
are participating in the evening. It would cost 100 gold for a table in that area. And
is it like part of an event, or is it a private?
It's a private, but given the fact that they have to pay for security, and they have to do the background checks on the people, they have to make you pay the extra.
Yeah, I'll pay the extra.
And they just tell you. He looks at the axe. He understands who you are. He just says,
If
if
security is a problem, you have me, so don't worry about that.
Yes, would it be possible for you to leave the weapon in the area, but still not have it at the table, as that would make the evening for the princes a little bit less favorable?
Well, if you asked me this 2 days ago, I wouldn't have a problem. But yesterday, I got shot from 3 kilometers away multiple times, stabbed by devils and casters. Almost died. Then I didn't. Then I died almost. So
It will
sure,
be on the same floor. You just need to put it not on your shoulders, on your back.
I can put it in the bag and have the bag with me.
Yeah, just do that.
Cool.
That would be very appreciated.
Okay.
It
I
gives
leave.
it gives you the menu as and it tells you, oh, you can come here before as the event starts. You can say if you have allergies, those kind of things, you know.
Yeah, I don't have. I have 20 constitution. I can eat shit and still be fine. Do I know where Catherine lives?
Where Catherine lives.
Or where her office or whatever does she talk with people? Does she have an office kind of thing?
You know that she's not the most accessible type of person, not because she's in her high tower, but more because she works a lot. As she works a lot in her factory, the Firefly. But you could assume that a person like you, possibly, you could have a decent chance at getting to her even today.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do that.
Okay. You go to the Firefly and I assume you explain who you are and what you want to do.
Yes, I want to have a meeting with Catherine.
Is it urgent?
Yes.
Right. We'll see what we can do. It just this guy. It takes you. Basically, you enter inside of this huge dome-like structure, where it's, despite the fact it is a factory, it's a very elegant type of building. You can see that around this place, there are like the residential quarters of the factory itself, where the workers can go and live in if they have the necessity to do so. And the place itself, it's a very, imagine if you've ever seen the headquarters of a very rich game developer company and stuff like that, where people go do their own projects, they play games if they want, you know, those kind of things. It's a very open space, very welcoming space, where people, you know, that this is both a researching facility and a production facility, where most of the production, you know, that in the last few years, it has started to be automatized, and the bulk of the work is more done on research and making things not only for the Firefly, which is still done by hand, but also, you know, that this has been starting to make automatons to create machines that would do mundane tasks.
You know how that's gonna end.
You're taken to the second floor, where you're taken in a simple room where it is a waiting room where there are like things where you can get your mind off of things, and the guy just leaves you there. He goes, "I will talk with Mrs. Camardo as soon as possible."
Okay.
As he leaves you there, let me roll how much you wait. You would wait around 8 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And eventually the guy comes back and says, she has a window of around 20 minutes to talk.
That's fine.
Then if you will follow me,
I follow.
You follow, and it takes you onto the third floor. This is like a very big building, and it takes you to a small office, to a decently sized office. Actually, she's the fucking owner of the whole thing. As you see Catherine, that she's like you can see some papers on her desk. You can see that on the on the walls and thing, there is like a big window in the back that gives her a view towards the academic quarters. And you can see that she had on the walls she has some schematics type of things. That you see the schematic of the first Firefly ever made, that was not even sold to the public. You know, those kind of things. As she welcomes you inside, she says, "Well, how can I help you? Welcome to my factory."
Okay, I know you don't have a lot of time. You're a busy woman. I am also busy. There's a lot of shit happening. I'm not happy with it. I'm quite angry, actually. That's not why I came here. We need funds.
Funds.
Yes, money, gold.
Yes, I am familiar with the terminology. For
If just for our well-being, Okay, okay. So, what we're dealing with right now, we're fucking broke. This bitch that shoots her fucking weapon from 3 kilometers away has access to a lot of resources. We don't. I am here to try and find a way if I can help you or we can help you in any way. If you could, I'm not asking for you to give us money out of nothing. If you need anything from us, please. We need resources. We are in.
She gave us a job, right?
well,
I don't
yeah,
remember.
there is the favor that I asked you. That for that I'm willing to pay you 25,000. However, um, I understand. I've been in your shoes some time ago. I understand that sometimes money's tight. Uh, let's do it like this. If you so badly need the money, I am willing, on top of the 25,000, I'm willing to give you another 25,000 now if you are able to restore the communications and the teleportation communications in the city that I've sent you towards.
Okay.
And this 25,000 I would give you immediately.
Okay.
No strings attached. Of course, if you're not to complete the job, I will need to contact you again regarding maybe something else.
So if we don't manage to complete it, you cannot pay us for the mine job, and that's basically thank you. I'm sorry to come with you this. I know you're busy and the
It's
likes,
fine.
but
As I said, I understand. You don't have to worry about it. As you can see that she reaches down on the bottom of the thing of her desk. Give me a second. How much is that in platinum? 2,500? Yes, it is. Yeah, she gives you 2,500 platinum pieces.
Easy money. Another thing. I know I'm asking a lot, but I don't think this is gonna be much of a trouble. So I want to make someone a surprise. This person is still in the academy. If you could, if it meant anything from you, if you could write a letter of, I don't know, how the fuck is it called in English? Letter of
Recommendation.
recommendation, yes.
I would need to know a little bit more about this person. I don't give my recommendation.
I know.
away.
It doesn't have to be specifically from you. She is working hard. She is working at the arena. Not a really cool place to work as. They give them credits, and I don't know. I want to help her.
Make me a persuasion check.
Big persuasion. Oh my! I'm done.
What is the total?
Nothing. That's what the total is. Fucking 3. It's
What
fine,
if
okay.
I can just give you a small, not token, but rather now I need to understand. Now I need to know. A nice collector type of postcard with a signature of mine. Would that suffice? Without having to go through the whole thing of recommendation.
I mean, if that's helpful in any way, yeah.
Well, depending on the person, these kind of things are, as far as I understand, strangely enough, collected by people. So I guess there's that.
Okay, so they're like, okay, yeah, that
Yeah,
I would.
you can see that she calls, like she basically. You can see that throughout this whole conversation, she had near her on like a small bed type of thing, a small ferret type of creature.
Mhm.
As she just like looks at it, as you could assume she can speak with it telepathically or something. I don't know, but they seem to understand each other as the thing just scuttles away. And after a minute or so, you can see that he comes back with a small, like, um, container made of like cardboard. So she takes out this quite fancy postcard type of thing with like a very nice detailed representation of the firefly. You know, those kind of things that are for collectors and shit. And she just signs it and she gives it to you. It's a nice. Basically, it's something like, oh, you like this is the firefly, blah blah blah. You know, postcards.
Yeah.
Looks fancy.
Yeah, it's like a fucking autograph or some shit.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'm not gonna bother you anymore. It's fine. Thank you.
It's not a bother.
If you wanna hang sometime, just let me know. I'm out. I leave.
Yeah, you leave. She nods as you leave, as the guy comes back to you and he accompanies you outside.
And I'm done. I don't want to do the whole date right now because it's already late.
Okay, so Mr. Next Kurosai.
I'm gonna go back to the cart with the money and dump it in the party funds.
Okay. Sai, do you want to do some? Actually, you have already done things.
Already
so
done my stuff.
Let's continue on Mr. Varan. Are you doing something specific, Varan?
So 25k, yeah.
Let me think.
25k, yes.
I guess on. Nah.
30.
Just reading some more on fireworks and shit.
Okay. What?
I got reminded of something that I have to do, including Varan. I would go to your room and give you the Godfrey's thanks and ask you if you could review them with the spell revivify once again.
I would do so.
Another 250 gold, 300.
300.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. Regarding the fireworks, you now would be able to craft simple, like fireworks that would like colored type of things. You wouldn't even need to do a check. You would just need to take a little bit of time, and you could craft them. Do something else, or that's it? You would do the Godfrey Fang stuff, and you chill, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Chance?
Ah, yes, I have a very specific thing I want to do. So, that church or temple of Exeika that exists at a very funny god's grove, I would go.
Beatrice, yeah.
Dead,
go.
the god you killed.
Shut.
Okay. Go alone, you go with someone.
I would go alone with Pass Without Trace to blend in the crowd.
Okay. Yeah, make me a stealth check just for fun. Since you're casting a stealth spell, I'm just gonna
Okay.
make it.
Yes. How does a how much is that? 43 sound.
Yeah, you're basically invisible.
I am one with the city.
You're one with the shadow.
Sure.
you
darkness now.
You would get there like around since you are being a little bit careful of your surroundings and things like that. Does Possible Trace remove the thing? I don't remember. Does he remove the thing of the movements in stealth?
No, it's just that you can pass through an area
Without
yeah, you would arrive there in around 5-ish hours. So
yeah, that's a long walk.
That is a long walk. Unless if you want, you can take a cart. But you would get there at 10 p.m. Still, the city is still alive at that hour, but
I mean, sure, yeah, I would like try and very carefully make my way to some cart guy and be go to taxi boy and tell him to take me there.
Yeah, easy enough. That would take you 30 minutes.
Okay. The cart is very stealthy for some reason. He's very weirded out by it, I'm sure.
Yes. What the fuck? Why is my Bengali not making a sound? Is it broke? You easily enough arrive at Beatrice's Grove. You just pay like, I don't know, fucking 2 coppers.
Yes.
And you arrive at Beatrice's Grove. As you
should.
see this, like I assume you walk into it.
Yeah.
As you see this nice, it's basically sitting on a hill. You've been near this place during the festival, but you haven't been in it.
Yeah.
As you start following a very calm and clean type of like cut through some trees. What's the fucking word? A path. Yeah, that's the word. You follow a path that cuts through like a small grove that goes up on a decently steep hill, not difficultly, of course. As eventually you would arrive at the top of it, where there is this very humble type of church You can see that in front of it there is a small thing, like display case where it says Festival of the Book tomorrow evening.
Ah,
You
yes,
can
book.
join us at reading with the priests of Exake.
Hey.
Yay.
As you see that on the left of this church, there is a small library that you could assume is the same, like management type of thing.
Yeah.
This.
I go
And,
inside.
Yeah, you go inside. There's a very calm, as up until now, place. Very simple, with this like very this marble type of floor, this wooden dark wood type of benches that sits in a, I don't know, fucking 10 meters long type of church. It's not a big place. You can see a couple of people that are like by their own selves. So you can see that in the middle, at the end of the church, you see this small black marble um, statue, or rather statue that sits on top of a small column of Exeka.
I look for a cleric boy or priest boy. Or griot, I don't know. I don't care
Yeah,
about gender.
you would. Pride Month, everybody. We are accepting of all
Yes,
the people.
just provide cleric.
you you would find a halfling type of person, like a guy that is you can see that he's reading and not reading a book. He's like taking a look at things, and he's just relaxing at the sides.
Yeah, I would go with him. Say, good evening. Hi.
It's a pleasure to meet someone of your caliber. How can I help you?
Well, in many ways actually. See, turns out that people like you these days are incredibly hard to find for some reason. I have a lot of questions. I need your help. I am very lost and very confused. And I have this, and I show him the ring.
As you show in the ring, like you can see, like this guy is very calm, very like humble type of person. As you show in the ring, you can definitely see a break into his persona. It's like, what the hell? Like, I will help however I can, of course. As like, if you don't say anything, it keeps going, saying, if you wish, we can do it in private.
Yeah, I don't want to disturb any of the people with my confusion.
Absolutely. As it takes you on a room that is like a small room. It goes, can I offer you something? Do you want some tea?
Yeah, tea's
anything in
fine.
particular? Yeah, because they takes like some, like a small tea and gives you things. So,
Small tea.
you mentioned that you had questions.
Well, yes, I have many questions, as you can imagine. I am not, well, what you would call a religious person, as in never, or I don't know, that is another thing, we're gonna get to that. I have no idea how, I don't know much about Exeka, but what I do know is, well, that I've managed to get myself in a situation where I have to know at least a bit, because, well, I have this and I carry a bit of responsibility, I guess, with it. I know that I've spoken with her, and I know that she needs something from me to be done, and I needed her help. And so I'm here now, not knowing anything about gods in general, and especially this one.
Well, starting from the beginning, Ixeka is one of the three primes that govern our plane of existence. She is the goddess of life, death, of the cycle of life, and, or more simply put, of blood. She she was the one that brought the Kenku to life and that offered them the gift of flight before the first sin happens a long time ago. She is a more reserved goddess than her brothers, the other two primes. She is more distant than the others, as unfortunately many people see her as the meaning of so many atrocities that have happened in our times. She, by some, is seen as an evil being, as a creature that has forced death onto the mortals. However, the younger people, tend rather to think of her being a true neutral goddess that tries to maintain some sort of balance into the words and to cradle the people that are alive and to accompany the people that die into their eternal slumber. She she tries to do her best into offering a balanced life to her followers. However, a follower of Ixeka is not one that seeks for blessings but rather gives blessings. One that cares for the communities and tries to bring her image, upheld her image, and to try rather than celebrate her connections with death and the cycle of life, um, but rather to celebrate life and to live it at one's fullest. She is, well, first and foremost, a goddess that cares about her children. And she cares about them throughout all of their stages of life. Unfortunately, I can understand the difficulty of being introduced to her as she is the most reserved of the primes, as she believes herself as being a burden to the world for what she has done, and she's still trying to pay for it. Despite many of us have tried and tried again to prove her that she's not as a monster as she believes she is, um, she continues to stay distant, fortunately. But that does not stop us from trying to keep her reputation and trying to maintain the people that she has made, to help them through life, regardless of their alignment or their desires, objectives. After all, they're still living beings.
I guess in a way it's backwards to most gods. With her and following her.
Yes, many people tend to follow the gods in looking for some sort of response from the higher beings, trying to find respite or to find a reason for one's life. Being a follower of Seika is more of a personal choice to try and better oneself and better society as a whole. You having that artifact is something that I didn't even think I would see in my life, but that could possibly suggest that she may be willing to understand of her position in the world. Perhaps she finds something in your actions, in your many feats that have brought into this world, something that could bring her or us hope.
I don't know about that. From what I've seen, I mean, I guess there is something to that, but the things that I have done that have led me to having this aren't exactly positive. Despite good intention, I've done some very bad things. Those being the reasons for, I guess, having to carry this now. Fix them.
Perhaps that is the reason that she sees so much into you, as she has had and still has this duality of her own self. Perhaps she sees you as a complementary subject, an extent of her reach. Maybe she sees much of herself into you, as she has brought a lot of hope, and she has atoned for her things that are not that are still up to discussion. Perhaps that she's trying to help you do the same thing.
I guess. Maybe. I don't know.
Us children of Ixeka see the connections with evil and good as simple as a thread in a shirt or anything like that. There are many facets of it, and where one could hold a lot, that is not the only thing that makes the full product. We are made of many choices, many responsibilities and connections, and where one is maybe a weak one, others try and make sure that it's held up high. In a way, that's the whole thing that we do for society, but it also can be applied to oneself.
That's a lot of things to think about.
I said Execa's following is more of a personal path, and that requires a lot of personal choices and personal introspection, which is difficult to help into it rather than just showing that is normal to think of oneself and try to better yourself and eventually better the people that are around you.
Yeah, I understand. Or at least, I hope I understand. And hopefully, I'll be able to understand with time even better. All of this. Well, at the very least, it's very nice to finally find somebody that can tell me anything about Execa. Other than, I mean, yeah, that is, yeah, there is no other than.
Many think that Execa can be found in everybody. It's more about her past that is difficult to find. Everyone, if they're down enough, they can find some solace, some connections to Execa's desires and objectives. As everyone that has a heart for other people normally has a place into the sight of the goddess.
Well, as I said, a lot of things to think about. You have given me that. I thank
Glad I
you for
could help
that.
you.
Yeah. I won't. I guess I won't take up any more of your time. I have to go back anyways.
Good luck on your journey.
Thank you, yeah.
As he would eventually would accompany you outside
Hmm.
in a very calm manner and would tell you that if you ever need anything, even just some comforting words, you can just seek him out.
I'll keep it in mind as I proceed to make my way back through the sneaky means of sneakiness.
Okay, so without the cart or with the cart?
Didn't get shot on the way there.
I mean, you have non-detection, so you could think
know.
that probably she's not gonna be able to tell anything about you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the risk and try and not get shot on the way back.
Okay.
With the cart, yeah.
Then yeah, 30 minutes and you're back.
And now that I didn't waste 10 hours on this trip, but rather just 1.5, I will work on the stuff that I work on.
Okay. Now, is there any group activity that people want to do, or shall we end the session
I
here?
want to do one last thing.
Okay.
I would eventually go down to Syra. She said she's gonna be drinking coffee or something.
She's just chilling.
Yeah, I would just come down and say, mind if I join you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, fuck you.
No, Never got to thank you for helping me get out of bed.
Pretty sure she's trying to get you in the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's like, that
Huh?
wasn't
That's not how it works.
I wouldn't have been my best the next few days, and considering what's happening around us, it is crucial that I am in my best version of myself, so thank you. If you ever need anything, I owe you a favor.
No, you don't. Like, that's the very least I can do. Like, I want to help you guys as much as I can. I still have some rules to follow, but apart from that, I've chosen to come with you in this cart so that I can make sure that you get to make sure that those things that have happened to the foot institute does not happen anywhere else.
Well, thank you again. Still, as I said, if you need anything, I am always available. I would say that I'm always available, but it turns out that I'm not.
If you insist, I guess I will keep it in mind.
Okay, then just small talk.
we
Okay.
end group meeting. I want to make sure we know what we're doing now. Like right the fuck now. We have. So are we pursuing that card, Raymond, ETA on how long that would take?
Pursuing what?
Like what are we doing?
Well, the
Are we looking for the chance thing?
Well,
How
the
long is it
most-
gonna take? Do we know where we're going?
the most recent thing, which I presume the cards research can be done on the roads, considering we have the possibilities to do that. Tomorrow, would think that is the best day to just leave.
What did you say tomorrow?
Yes.
You guys have the direction, like you know that you can get to the siren and go north very quickly.
We have the boat, we just need to talk with them and we go.
Yeah,
That's what I
I-
think is the best.
Yeah, okay.
Agree.
We shall go then. Leave
All right.
the city.
Before Patrick dies of lack of sleep, I hope you
feel
guys
like
enjoyed
shit.
this extra session, and yeah, see you Friday.
I feel like an
I
elephant
know how
has
you
stepped
feel
on
now.
my head.
My
I
head
feel
also
like
hurts. The
My
I
dick
feel
is
like
hard.
something exploded inside my stomach.
Everybody's sick today.
Yeah.
No,
I think
Please
it's the
don't,
fucking like the pressure outside. It's fucking killing me.
And my
Yeah.
brain is overheating.
my dick is hard, like I don't understand.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, my
Cool.
dick is hard, but my head is
Oh
soft.
yeah, we're also streaming, which is nice. And for the stream people, we shall go now. So you know,
Nice turn.
See you on Friday, I guess.
maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
Bye and stay depressed and all that.
Yeah, stay depressed, or else you'll be happy. And that's bad. Good night.
Tired.